Hey everyone, it's Peek. Welcome back to the channel today, and welcome back to another Pokemon Unite video. Today I'm actually going to be playing Alolan Ninetales, who is always a fun character to play. Sometimes when I can't get Greninja or, Blastoise or whoever I want to play at any given time, I typically default to Alolan Ninetales because I think it just provides so much CC, like support as well as damage for your entire team. So I really enjoy the character. I think it's fairly straightforward in terms of how you play it, but you can definitely outplay people with just like the ability to freeze multiple people at once. You can see here, like, already we're able to already pick up a kill, which is so good. And that's right, I get my 6 off, just walk around that whirlpool and we're out basically. So very nice start there, of course, and that's just kind of the power of Ninetales. The ability for me to push that Audino out of the Cramorant's whirlpool also makes it easier for us to take, right? So it just provides like different kind of space control. You can see the same thing happens there. Like, I push it out of the whirlpool and it makes it a lot harder for the Cramorant to secure the last hit on that. And combined with what we're doing down here with Crustle, we're just absolutely smashing right now. So we do want to score our little points as much as possible as Ninetales. Like, this is something you want to like keep in mind with attackers like Ninetales that have limited mobility, no escape options other than your eject button, which, due to the nerf is only every 70 seconds now. So even right here, like, I would say I'm way too overextended. Like, I don't have my eject button. I think I actually die for this. Oh no, that's kind of the benefit of Alolan Ninetales, is you can throw a Dazzling Gleam and hit both the people who are chasing you. But it definitely was too far up there, and like the thing is, you won't be able to score big points very often on Alolan Ninetales. So what you're gonna want to do most of the time is do your best to score like those little goals that are under 10 points, because if you guys didn't know, any goal under 10 points is basically like an insta score. You'll be able to channel that score before an enemy like can get their auto attack up again. So like, even if they're like auto attacking you and using their abilities, just keep spamming the score button. Of course, check my settings video if you don't know how to properly use the score button, right? But yeah, that will just help you eliminate having those big score numbers as Alolan Ninetales, because really, like, you are probably, along with Gardevoir, one of the characters in this game that has the hardest time scoring. So I just know that my Crustle's hitting the flank here, so that's why I'm chasing all the way up for this Ninetales. Of course, the Cramorant will score 22 because we're up here, but this does allow us to get some of the points that the enemies are holding and get a couple kills here, of course, right? So pretty decent down there. The Cramorant's just going to score 3. They picked up from a Combee. This thing is just trying to get that Unite move charge. Again, what I'm doing here is obviously very strategic. I'm really trying my best to get that 10 out of my Unite ball, because even if I do die here, like, I'm not too worked up about it, but thankfully I hit the 2-man Dazzling Gleam there and I'm able to get out. And the reason why I'm not too worked up about dying there is because I've gotten my points out of my inventory, right? That's just the big thing, is like characters like Alolan Ninetales who have 0 mobility, is like any small chance you have to score, and of course this applies to every character, but any small chance you have to score, especially on a character like this with 0 escape options, you really want to make sure you're taking advantage of that, and even sometimes die for it, in my opinion. Like, it's really, because like this Alolan Ninetales right now, I mean, if we wouldn't have just killed them, they have 20 points in their Unite ball, right? And it's really difficult to score like 20 or above as a character like Ninetales, unless you're like team wiping the enemy after you take Dreadnought and you're just breaking the bottom goal as a team. So it's it's just something you got to keep in mind, something that you really have to play well when you're playing characters like this. You see our Greninja just goes off with the Surfs here. Thankfully gets the last hit on that Dreadnought. Oh, never mind, it was our Crustle that gets it. Nice job done here. So yeah, good to see that. Obviously that gets me level 9, so we're 2 levels up on the other Alolan Ninetales. And we just want to secure these bees, get those levels. Again, I do have 10 in my Unite ball now. The Audino disappears because we broke their bottom goal. But unfortunately, I can't score now because the bottom goal is gone. And we've also pushed in the top goal. So we're kind of like pushing them in very hard here. So at this point, like, as a Alolan Ninetales, you pretty much know, like, probably for the rest of the game, unless we push as a team, you're really not going to be able to safely get a score off, because you don't run Score Shield on this character. You really don't have like the item spots for it. There's so many like important items to take as a Alolan Ninetales that you really can't justify taking Score Shield. Unless you really want to, of course. Who am I to say otherwise? But yeah, so at this point of the game, when you've pushed up the enemy tier 1 goals on top and bottom both, you really just want to farm, get levels as a Alolan Ninetales, and play with your team for the objectives, because Alolan Ninetales' big strength comes from these team fights where you're freezing the enemies, you're CCing them, you're basically making it so the enemies can't do anything. And you're seeing it here, like we're just getting one pick after the other. I'm getting freezes off, I'll get a big damage ult here, and now's a great time for me to score. So you see, like, before anyone else, I'm actually like I'm actually prioritizing trying to score. So it doesn't quite work out because of the short death timers, but I still agree with what I'm trying to do there, because like really having multiple of my allies on the goal right there does allow me to score faster, right? So I was really close 2 times in a row, but they just kept jumping from the jump pad on there, so that kind of happens. We definitely want to start farming the jungle. Obviously, look at all the yellow dots that are up on the map on our side. So we want to make sure those are just prioritized and that I get levels off them, because I am only level 10 right now. And that is kind of low even for like taking Dreadnought. So we want to try and be like more in the 11-12 range right now if we're able to. Especially going into Zapdos. Hopefully as Ninetales you can be like 13-ish, because then you really start doing a lot of damage with like your empowered autos and just all your abilities and stuff. So really important to get that farm going. That Lucario like disappears back to his Bone Rush, which was all the way over on the other side of the map. So that's pretty funny. But really, like, the thing that we're doing here is now just zoning. They are going to be able to take out the enemy Greninja, so that really gives us the clear to kind of just attack this. You see Crustle, Wiggly, all zoning. And this is really good Kramer Unite move there. Like, that kind of makes it so we can't engage, right? So I'm really low right now. The enemy is of course having these low respawn timers, and it's really just a coin toss right now. So I'm gonna try and get the auto attack to last hit it. Our Crustle gets it with X Scissor. We love to see it. And yeah, we'll pick up the Kramer right there with an empowered auto. So we've gotten quite a few of the Dreadnoughts, all of them. So we're doing really well in terms of levels. You can see I'm still 2 levels up on this Alolan Ninetales, and we get a fat surf off from our Greninja there. So I'm really kind of beelining it to the goal, but I realized that, like, oh, you know what, I'm not actually gonna be able to score, because 1, 2, like 3 people just came off respawn. So you definitely want to be aware of the enemy respawn timers as a Alolan Ninetales. Like I said, like, I haven't had a safe time to score for this entire game. So like, I think a lot of people who play characters like Ninetales, like Gardevoir, will oftentimes end up dying trying to score their points after they get like a nice ultimate or a nice Unite move kill, like 3 or 4 man on the enemy team. You wipe them out, but there's still 1 up. Unfortunately, it's pretty easy for people to interrupt you as an Alolan Ninetales without a score shield. So you just have to, like I said, just like at this stage of the game, when their tier 1 goals top and bottom are both broken, you really don't have any easy pockets for you to score as Ninetales. So you really just want to play for your team, roam with your team fight with your team, because you provide so much control and support for your teammates as this character, like probably more than any other attacker. So we get a nice freeze off as well as a nice X Scissor combo there into the Greninja. That's a big kill. That is obviously one of their highest damage characters and makes it easy for them to burst down Zapdos. So now that Greninja's kind of still on respawn for 10 seconds, we definitely want to keep getting picks, which we do, thankfully. And 4 of their team members are dead right now, which is really good. Greninja just came off respawn. Snorlax is about to come off respawn. But now, like, the enemy has to make decisions, right? Greninja jumps top for some reason, and Snorlax jumps out. And, oh yeah, I remember this. I actually got off the point because I'm like, oh, Snorlax is going to jump to me. But Snorlax didn't actually jump to me. I'm not sure why, honestly. But yeah, so I was really just wanting to, like, not be heavy slam block comboed into the enemy team. Not sure why I Dazzling Gleam there. Obviously, that is not going to work on a Lucario that is unstoppable in their Power Up Punch channel. But yeah, we get the surrender there. Obviously, pretty definitive victory there. But yeah, just a little funny thing there at the end with the 50 points. I was this close to scoring it. I should have just kept going it, but I remember playing this game and thinking like, oh crap, I don't want to get jumped on. So I actually like started walking away and canceled my score channel. You know, that's how it goes sometimes. Anyway, Super fun game as usual. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Follow me on Twitter as always. It's the best place to get updates on Unite, on me, and join the Discord. I love to chat with you guys there. Feel free to ask any questions. Just drop in. We talk there all the time, so it's a really fun place to be. And of course, if you haven't already, consider subscribing. If you like Pokemon Unite, you can always unsubscribe later if you lose interest in the game, or lose interest in me. So yeah, appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.